He's averaging 40 over 18, 19 games. He's dropped 35, 29, 50, 32, 47, 35, 35, 39.
The widespread appeal of the Absolute Universe stems from a multitude of factors that allow both longtime and new readers to engross themselves in the stories that are being told. Many of the books feature their heroes in much darker and more challenging circumstances, while still staying true to the core of the characters and what they stand for. Absolute Batman out here fighting Souls game bosses for villains.
Ref! Do something! Do something, Ref!
While Absolute Batman has consistently been the most successful and talked about series, Absolute Wonder Woman is to me a standout that deserves its flowers and the praise it's been getting since its release. The changes to Diana's upbringing in this universe are a lot more dire when compared to the rest of the Trinity at face value, being raised in hell by Cersei instead of living with the Amazons at Themyscira. I was initially concerned when I first heard about a version of Wonder Woman who was raised in hell, possibly leading to a darker, edgier take on the character, potentially having to read any edgelord nonsense with her characterization on some injustice timing or something. Thankfully, the creative team set out to maintain her strong sense of compassion, with the goal of Diana having to shine through despite the darkness that surrounded her when growing up.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Her attitude toward living beings is opposite to that of the gods, who betray others and inflict suffering for their own gain, embodying kindness, hope, and optimism for humanity.
Finding ways to make sure people understood she was still the Diana they know and love, despite all these other changes around her. And what it turned out happened was that all that darkness sort of just made her shine even brighter, I think. And it was like a beautiful win for all of us about what we had and what we were going to be able to build. It was pretty exciting.
She probably shares the most similarities with her Prime Earth counterpart when compared to the absolute versions of Batman and Superman, with the only key differences being her character design, some of her weaponry and magic, and her upbringing. On top of using mainline Wonder Woman as a baseline to determine which aspects to change or strip away, while still staying true to her character, writer Kelly Thompson also drew inspiration from Wonder Woman Historia, The Amazons. The book helped inform the creative team's portrayal of Diana's interactions with some of the gods, and artist Hayden Sherman also used it as a reference for some of the iconography and themes, despite Historia not being a canon book. One cool subtle detail is that Absolute Wonder Woman's arm tattoo includes a symbol that matches the goddess Hecate's symbol from Wonder Woman Historia. Cersei in the main universe is regarded as one of the more prominent Wonder Woman villains throughout her publication history. In the Absolute universe, Cersei is imprisoned in hell and is given Diana as a baby to care for after Zeus takes her away from the Amazons as punishment for their actions against the gods, never to be reunited with her sisters, developing the bond that is to be expected with a mother and daughter kind of dynamic. At the time of recording, we don't yet know what the Amazons did to piss off Zeus. Throughout these stories, he's been consistently depicted as a dickhead, so it was probably for something petty. Part of Wonder Woman's goals is to not only become a champion and protector of humanity, but also to search for and reunite with her lost Amazon sisters. Her being a pillar of the Absolute Universe can be seen in her status as a superhero, with Wonder Woman being the first of the bunch to publicly announce herself as a protector to the larger world. Wonder Woman's upcoming crossover with Absolute Batman is based on the idea that the writers see her as the one who would reach out and become a seeker of the wider world.
What made you decide to have Batman meet Wonder Woman first?
Because she feels like the one in this universe that would reach out. Like, she feels like the nexus point, because Batman is just so maniacal about Gotham. And Superman is really hunted and on the run and figuring himself out. And Wonder Woman is the one who's sort of the searcher, the curious one about the world and that.
Absolute Wonder Woman to me has some of the best visuals out of all the current ongoing Absolute titles. In tandem with the incredible art, the paneling stands apart from the rest with an emphasis on constructing page layouts like pieces of a puzzle coming together, pushing creative boundaries in how different shapes can come together to heighten emotion or action. And we gotta talk about how dope the character design is for Wonder Woman in this series.
You may want to turn around. I'm about to drown this whole keyboard.
The suit looks like something that could have been put together in hell. It's rough and ready while also being presentable and functional. The design returns to the idea of taking and reimagining elements of Wonder Woman while keeping her core intact, identifying the key aspects that define her character, pushing for new ground, and creating an iteration that stands on its own. Artist Hayden Sherman was given a story bible by Kelly Thompson during the early stages of development, where one of the goals in crafting a new design was to incorporate a stronger ancient Greek Greek influence into the armor. The intent was also to shy away from the swimsuit aesthetic that is synonymous with the classic Wonder Woman design. Not that the Absolute Wonder Woman creative team thought it was tacky or lame. God forbid anyone slanders the swimsuit look for Wonder Woman. Rather, they felt it wouldn't work for a more witch warrior type of character like Absolute Wonder Woman, who grew up in the underworld and is equipped with the necessary tools and armor to battle evil. You also gotta include the trademark W in the design to place her on equal visual footing with Superman and Batman, whose chest logos always stand out. Similar to the creative team behind Absolute Batman, the team behind Absolute Wonder Woman shared the same goal of making her appear larger and more imposing, due to her being an Amazon. You see her constantly be the tallest person in the room whenever she interacts with other characters. Wonder Woman is not freakishly big like Batman. The nigga's like 6'9", 421 pounds of muscle, but she is drawn to be taller than a lot of people around her. Diana is around the same height as Steve Trevor in this universe, who is also deemed to be a tall individual. Her tech and gear are a huge standout that shines throughout the series. Everybody knows about Wonder Woman's iconic lasso of truth. It's very synonymous with the character, but in this universe, she carries not one, not two, but 3 different lassos. The Sacrifice Lasso was the first of the 3 to be constructed, forged with magic and fired by Cersei. It grants Diana the power of transmogrification, or the ability to change form. It's used as a last resort, as seen with Diana using the lasso to transform into Medusa to fight the Tetracide monster in Gateway City. The one she uses most frequently is the Nemesis Lasso. Forged in the fires of hell, it binds and burns enemies in proportion to their sins. The greater the wrongdoing an individual has committed, the more agonizing the punishment. The third lasso is called the Troika, but its capabilities are a mystery as of right now. At first glance, some of the weapons might seem like they're just for show or designed to look cool. While it does look cool, her having a mythical sword does serve a narrative purpose. She has a giant sword named the mythical Athena blade because she encounters giant kaiju monsters. And hey, it goes well with the rest of the fit, so who am I to complain?
Boy, he got that shit on though.
As stated earlier, this Wonder Woman is more rooted in magic and sorcery compared to her main Prime Earth counterpart, largely due to her mother Cersei's expertise in magical spells and transformations. This allows her to conduct a multitude of spells, portals, conjuring of weapons, all the cool stuff that comes with knowledge and magic. She even rides a flying skeletal Pegasus with glowing eyes and can breathe fire. The creative liberties taken with Absolute Wonder Woman and the success it's received, both in comic sales and overall fan reception, further demonstrates the potential of the Wonder Woman character. The series benefits from creatives who are passionate about embodying the best aspects of her character while also striving to do something unique. It's kind of frustrating how few books Wonder Woman has when compared to Batman or Superman. With Batman, it's no surprise he has a buttload of books centered on him. That's bound to happen when you're the GOAT and consistently sell well. Absolute Batman was the best-selling single comic book issue of 2024, yet Batman #1, which released in September 2025, outperformed that with over 500,000 copies sold in just a couple of weeks. A handful of miniseries or ongoing titles that are currently being published centered on Batman include, but are not limited to, the mainline comic run, Detective Comics, Batman Superman World's Finest, Batman and Robin, Absolute Batman, Immortal Legend Batman, and there's his prominent roles in team books like Justice League Unlimited or spin-offs of big crossover events. Some of the Superman titles include the mainline Superman run, Action Comics, Superman Unlimited, Absolute Superman, World's Finest, Superman the Kryptonite Spectrum, you get the point. So even if you don't like one or a couple of the titles centered on either character, fans still have a wide variety of options to choose from. Now, if you're a Wonder Woman fan, the only ongoing titles currently are Absolute Wonder Woman by Kelly Thompson and the ongoing main continuity run by Tom King.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Hopefully her upcoming movie will encourage DC to create more Wonder Woman related books, similar to what they did with the Summer of Superman initiative to coincide with the release of the James Gunn movie, featuring a lineup of books centered on Superman and the Superman family. Things are set to ramp up even further for Absolute Wonder Woman, teaming up with other prominent heroes like Batman, having a role alongside the rest of the Absolute Trinity in the DC KO event, which in layman's terms is basically DC's Tournament of Power for their main continuity heroes and villains for any Dragon Ball fans out there. Diana's gonna encounter Absolute Zatanna in the near future, and hopefully we get to learn more about her character. We're gonna be eating good.
Yeah, boy.
Hopefully the success of Absolute Wonder Woman will have ripple effects in giving the heroine more exposure in mainline books. Bring back Sensational Comics or something. I'm sure one additional book wouldn't hurt anybody. Who knows, maybe things will kick into high gear in the next few years with future appearances in movie and TV.